cycling for the next few minutes because I'm joined here in studio by a young man who has won what has to be won, I suppose you could say, in recent months. I let him tell the story himself, but he's from Castle Gregory and his name is Tom Moriarty and he's joined by his mom, Maura. Welcome, lads. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Tom, you have won what? Tell us all.
Well, this year I won Ross and Oak at the start of the year in Rossmayo. Rossmayo was a bit of a surprise, really, because I was injured, but I got a lot of help from my coach Dan Curtin and O'Leary's son.
Right.
And we went over to France as well with the Irish Youth Academy, and Dan Curtin brought us over there again. And I got second in the first race. The Normandy champion beat me, but I got back again, won the second race.
Right. What was the nature of the injury?
I had what you call it, Seaver's disease in my left Achilles tendon.
Whoa.
Yeah, so it's painful enough.
I was just going to say, it sounds painful listening to not to mind having to. Come here, how did you get started in cycling originally?
Well, I started off in cycling by my brother. He injured his foot and he could no longer play contact sports, so he took up cycling.
Right.
And at first I didn't like it at all, but I bought a bike and I went to a few Kerry County League races and I won them, so I was delighted. And I went to a few more races around Munster and I just grew to love it. And I kept seeing in the races around Munster how O'Leary's Stone were winning everything and getting clean sweeps on every podium. And it just made me want to be one of them.
So you just wanted to join that team then, was it?
That's it, yeah.
Okay. Mom, you must be very proud of this fella.
I am, yeah. He's a good boy, yeah. He does his best.
Pull in there a bit to the microphone till we hear you. He's it's a tough old sport though, isn't it?
Oh, it's a tough sport, yeah. But he's got a good team behind him. O'Leary Stone, they're a great old bunch in fairness, and their coach Dan Curtin, he's very good to them. Like he kind of leads them on the right path in every way. Like they get a lot of opportunities as well. Like even travelled. He was in England as well this year racing.
Right.
But I mean, they're up and down the country. Their geography is excellent as a result of it.
Right. There's a lot more from Kerry in that team as well, I think, is there?
There's
a few anyway.
There's a Killarney guy, Owen Patwell. Who else then?
There's Tom Connor from Doha. There's Tom Dorr from Doha as well.
Right.
And there's David Fitzgerald from Ardford.
Right. Was Josie Knight connected with that club?
She was, yeah. She got second.
I heard the name somewhere before.
Yeah. She was second in the European Championships a few years ago in track.
Right. So the season that we're on, give us your big wins now. What have you done?
Well,
go back to we'll say January or February, whenever it started.
Well, the start there was Rossmayo, and the first stage there, I managed to get away by myself and won that solo. I won the third stage as well solo, so I won it overall. Then there was Ross and Oak, and I managed to win every stage there.
Right.
So obviously I won the overall. And there's the Kintyre 3 Day as well, which would have been my home race. And I also won every stage there and won it overall. Then there would have been Errigal International League Tour, where I won the white jersey last year. So I really, really wanted to win yellow this year. But it's just eluded me too much. And I still haven't managed to get a stage win or a yellow jersey there.
Right.
But I managed to come home second overall. And it'll be the best from all over England, Wales, Ireland, Scotland, and Belgium.
That's a big one.
Yeah, so second wasn't too bad.
It wasn't too bad at all.
Yeah.
You said he's going all over Ireland, really, isn't he? I mean, do you have to fund these yourself? Do you have to drop him around, or how does it work?
Yeah. You were just driving him, ferrying him backwards and forwards wherever he needs to go. Yeah.
A lot of petrol and diesel.
Absolutely. Our local garage man loves me.
But come here, it'll be worth it all, because I mean, even the experience of it alone, anyway, it's fantastic, isn't it?
You have to nurture them too. You have to give them whatever help you can too. You know.
Do you ever worry about him on the bike?
I used to more than I do now, really. Not so much now. Like their training is he's trains in Kintyre, so it's supervised. You know, there's Dan Curtin's out there with them, and you know, you need never really worry about them from that point of view. They're safe enough, you know. But the races then, like I suppose you've lead cars and you've a car behind them, and they're never out on their own, really.
Yeah. Training on your own now. Let's take me through a week, Tom. What's it? We'll go through a day before we go through a week. What's a day's training like? What time do you start? What time do you finish?
Well, it depends on what point of the year, really. But the average thing, really, coming up in the summer towards the nationals, you might do 50k in the evening or that.
Right.
But you have to do your stretching, your core work, you eat right, all that sort of stuff. It all adds up.
I'm coming to that now. I'm coming to the diet now in just a second. But you do 50k. Would you do much around your own neck of the woods back west? Is that?
I don't do a whole pile at home really. I might, when I get a bit of free time, I might go up to Clonfast or something. But
plenty of mountains there to.
Yeah, I do most of my stuff really with Oliver Stone.
Right.
And then Curtin.
Okay. Yeah. And how many days a week would you do it?
Well, it completely depends on what time of the year really and what races are coming up and how your legs are.
Mm-hmm.
So it really varies.
Mm. Would it take you a couple of days to recover then from a tough training session?
Yeah, well, not so much from a training session because you just get used to dealing with lactic acid and things.
Right.
But if you come home from a stage race and like you could be shattered and you could be eating like a horse for days.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
And then when you go out, I mean, again, the times of the year, you probably don't go in the evenings when it's darker. So is it all? How do you juggle that?
Well, Oliver Stone, Kentucky, they have a velodrome. It's an outdoor velodrome.
All right.
So we can put lights on our bikes.
Oh.
And we can cycle around there and we can use the headlights and cars and things they park inside.
That's brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's near professional kind of training, isn't it?
It's close enough, yeah.
It's as close as you'll get it.
Yeah.
Talk to me, Mom, about the diet.
Oh, God.
What does he want or what does he not want?
He just wants loads of everything.
And more if you pass.
And more, yeah.
So he has to be careful with the diet, doesn't
he? Well, he doesn't really. He just eats a very stable diet, like 3 square meals a day, and I suppose snacking all day.
Right. Is there anything that you shouldn't be? I'm not saying that you don't eat, but is there anything that you shouldn't be eating that's not on the menu?
Fizzy drinks and stuff wouldn't be recommended.
Wouldn't it?
No.
The morning variety that I wouldn't want to spike my sugar levels too early and things.
Right.
And I'm starting to move on from beans and toast because when I get nervous, it's hard to keep it down.
You get sick of the beans and toast all the time, so you would.
I do, yeah.
But I suppose, I mean, that's kind of the discipline that you have to have, isn't it?
Yeah. Like, nothing comes easy.
Yeah.
You have to work for everything you get.
Yeah, that's true. You wouldn't realise it, I suppose, Mara, really. The outside world wouldn't realise until you're involved in it yourself.
I had no idea what we were getting into.
No.
It's a huge commitment, like.
Yeah.
And I suppose it's an expensive enough sport as well, you know. Bikes aren't that cheap.
Yeah.
And petrol or diesel up and down the country. But then, do you know what? We've met a load of people, lovely people through it, and lovely families.
Right.
And like Tom knows cyclists that lives in the breadth of the country, which is lovely. Anywhere we go, we know people now. It's great.
Is there a certain age category now that you're competing in, or is there certain ages that you can't compete in at the moment?
Well, I was under 14 now this season.
Right.
I was racing against the under 13s, but next year now I'll be moving up to the under 15s, and I'll be racing into the under 16s. So it'll be much tougher, you know, because I'll only be 14 years old still, right. And there's selections for the Youth Olympics in Budapest there on. So I love to go there. That's one of my big goals for next year.
Right.
And then the year after there's a worldwide Youth Olympics in Rio, and I'd love to do something good there.
Okay. Have you got a favourite venue in Ireland that you like racing and that you're always kind of good compared to another place?
Westport, I love that. That's where the Nationals was 2 years ago, and I don't know, I suppose I did well there, and it's just stuck with me. Right. I loved it there.
And what's the toughest trek now around that you've found?
Probably Letterkenny.
Is it? Why?
Yeah, it's a long drive up there.
That's true.
Yeah.
But the course itself, like, is it mountaineer?
Yeah, the hilliest one we do definitely, without a doubt. That's the proper mountains.
So what kind of a cyclist would you, if you described yourself? Are you a mountain man, or are you on the flat, or speed merchant, or what are you?
I don't know. I suppose I'm a bit of both. I haven't developed into one yet.
Yeah, you're still young enough for it, aren't you?
Yeah.
So has competitive action finished so now for this year? Is there still more?
Yeah, we'll take a break now. I will try to do some cross-country running and things, but that's the end of the cycling really till November, December.
Right.
And we'll start winter training again.
The running helps?
We'll see once I don't get injured.
And what's the big ones for 2017?
Well, there's the Errigal International Youth Tour again, where I'd love to come home with a jersey. There's the Nationals, obviously, where I'd love to do what I've been doing. And there's the Youth Olympics that of course, you'd want to qualify for. And hopefully there'll be a few trips abroad as well. And I'd love to win some races abroad. So what's the criteria for qualifying? Do you have to win certain amount of races? Well, it hasn't been decided yet, but it'll be interesting anyway, whatever way it goes. Yeah, geez, it will, yeah. Who's your favourite cyclist? Well, who's your role model? Alberto Contador, would definitely be my professional Yeah, I think he's a legend. Like, he's so aggressive. He's not a Chris Froome job who just looks at watts all day. He just does what he feels like. He's a true cyclist. He just attacks when he wants and things. He's interesting.
Is the Ross down along the line the one that you'd love to ever crack it?
Yeah, hopefully, yeah. It's nice. It went through Dingle this year.
That's right.
Over the Connor Pass, and that's right outside my doorstep, so I'd love to give it a crack up there sometime.
Have you any fears when you're up on a bike? Does the speed bother you?
Yeah, of course it would. Like when you're flying into a corner and you see a lot of lads coming down in front of you and things, but just have to get on it.
I love the way you put it, when you're flying into a corner. And you haven't had any major serious injuries? Thank God, touch wood, you haven't had, do you?
No, not yet, no.
No? Yeah. No. Windy conditions, I would imagine, is another tough one, is it?
Yeah, geez, that's brutal. We were out one winter, out around on the Skull, and there was a savage crosswind, and every time we came to a gate or that, you get a massive puff of wind and you nearly blow off your bike, like in front of another car or something like that.
Yeah,
it's unreal. Like,
is the wind tougher than the rain? Which is worse?
The wind's way worse. The rain cools you off. Like, it's not too bad.
But road conditions are slippery though, aren't they?
Yeah, but you get around that. Like, the wind, there's no hiding from it.
Yeah, that's true. So listen, before I leave you go, things will start off again when then in earnest in January, February, is it?
Maybe March. The races might kick off, but we'll be training for a long time before that.
It'll decide a lot next year for yourself.
Yeah, it'll be a big season.
Okay. And Mom, you'll be still cooking the right food?
I'll be still doing my job at home, in the kitchen.
Well, come here to me. Aren't you seeing the country as well? No,
yeah, absolutely, yeah. Yeah, no break.
Is there cyclists in the family before this?
Well, his brother used to cycle.
Yeah, sure, that's right. But anyone else?
No. But his dad did a bit of cycling, but leisure cycling.
Yeah.
Nothing too complex.
We don't have time now because we're too busy carrying him every weekend or anything anymore.
But you're rearing a potential star now. No, you don't know that. Listen to me now. Well done to both of you, and keep in touch with us and let us know how you're doing. And we'll continue on a kind of I won't say monthly basis, but maybe a 3 or 6 month basis, and we'll see how things are going, and you know where we are, and pop into us now and again. And when you're cycling in the Tour de France now, someday you won't forget us. A neighbour of yours came into us about I suppose it was about 3 or 4 years ago. A young man about your age now. He came into me and we were talking about his sport, and he turned out to be Jack Kennedy. Jack was into me here when he was only about 13.
Oh, yeah?
One quick one, and I just wonder, how are you managing the books? How's school going, Mom?
If he has much interest in the books as he has in cycling, we might get a bit of balance.
Sure, we're all the same. But are you juggling it in Tom, you are?
I am, yeah. The school's very understanding. Like, there's my principal, Mr. Moriarty. He's sound out. Like, he really helps.
That's the great former Kerry footballer.
Yeah, he goes to Manskull, new one, Latrobe and Castlereagh, and they are very good to him. He missed exams even at the end of this year, and they brought him back afterwards to do them again, which was great.
Right. But sure, if you haven't an understanding principle, you have nothing.
Well, that's it, yeah.
You have to have it. Yeah. Listen, I'll leave you go. Thanks for popping in.
Thank you very much.
Well done. Thanks, Tom. Thanks, Maura.